Man's channel. We're going to teach you how to change the oil on a 2017 Ford Focus Titanium with a 2.0 liter. You're really going to need a jack and 2 jack stands for this. And the best place to jack it up is right here beside the tire here. It avoids tearing up your front spoiler. So this is where we're going to try to jack it up at. Jack it up, make sure you're on a good piece of the frame to avoid any damage to any part of the plastic. Alright, so when you're done jacking it up, you're going to put the jack stand underneath it and release it. So if you start at the front of your car and you go right underneath it here, there's going to be like a little front guard, and you're going to be able to take that off with a T30 Torx head. Then when you take that off, you're going to notice there's some screws under here to take this this little guard off. It's going to be like a cloth thing. There's a few bolts around it, so you don't unscrew them all and go from there. To do this, you're going to use a Torx 30 head. I've got a little screwdriver set, and that's what I'm using to unscrew it with. Here's a DIY quick tip. So keep all your bolts in order. Just get one of these magnetic bolt holders, throw them right in there. Then you can put it anywhere and you won't lose it. So once you got all the guards off, you can see under the engine here, you're going to use a 15mm socket to try to take the oil drain plug off. And it's a little tight on there from the factory, so you might need to use a breaker bar. So if you're unable to get the breaker bar underneath there, what you're going to do is you can get right here on the passenger side wheel and put your hand right on the socket and just pull it, and the wheel will give you leverage to pull up on it, and the thing should pop loose in. Then you're going to pull the plug out and drain the oil. Allow the oil to drain until it comes to a complete stop. As you see, it's still dripping, so just give it a few more minutes and it should be completely done. Alright, when it's done dripping, you can go ahead and take the oil filter off. It should be hand tightened, but you might need to use a wrench.
Yeah, we're gonna need to use a wrench for this bad boy.
You can either use an oil filter, a wrench, or you can just take a rag and get enough grip on it, because the oil will be kind of slick in your hands. What you do is let it pop till you get some oil off of it, and then you just take the whole thing out. The filter, it should drain. Let it completely drain. Put in your drain plug and then put it on a new filter. Now here's the type of the oil filter you need. You can either look at this before or after you change the oil, but obviously you're going to need to drive a different car if you leave the filter off. So you're going to look at see what model the oil filter is and get a new one accordingly. Your new oil filter, the same one as your old one. And first of all, you're going to take a little bit of oil and rub it right around the little rubber crease on it, just to make sure it gets a good seal where the oil filter is. And you're going to put it on the filter and tighten it down. So you can put it on there and it should thread right in. It's got threads right in the middle of the filter. Just tighten it down. Hand tighten it as hard as you can to prevent the oil from leaking out. And it's tight.
Yep.
Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna come into your interior here, find the hood latch, and pop it. Open up your hood and don't forget to put the little stand up. Then you're gonna find the oil filler. So you're gonna find your filling station here, pull it straight out. Open your cap here and it says SAE 5W20. That means you need 5 weight 20 oil. Now I would recommend on these Ford Focus to use Motorcraft Synthetic Blend 5W20, but at the Walmart I went to didn't have any, so I got Quaker State 5W20 full synthetic. If you got low mileage on your car, under 75 or 100,000 miles, do not get a high mileage. And if you don't have any leaks, I wouldn't suggest getting it anyway, because it tends to have some stop leak in it, and it can mess up your engine. Get a filter, stick it in the oil filler hole, and get your oil and pour the whole 5 quarts in there. Here's a DIY quick tip from the Man's channel, how to reuse your oil catcher. So you're going to take it when you change the oil in your vehicle, and you're going to take the jug that you use to change it with. Just get a nice funnel. Just pour all this old oil into the old jug, and then you get to keep your oil catcher. Just wash it off and you can reuse it. You're going to put the jack back underneath, release the jack stands, put her back on the ground. This is one of the last things you'll do. You're gonna get in your vehicle, turn on just the ignition, do not start the vehicle. Hold the brake and the gas at the same time. And you should have a little notification to pop up. Alright, now as it says, service oil reset complete. Now you're done. One of the things I like doing is getting in your vehicle, checking how much engine miles you have when you change your oil. Getting a piece of paper, just write it down like 20,007, was it 22? Seven two. One thing I like doing is checking how many engine miles you have. In this case, you got 20,772. You know, for a piece of paper, writing down how much you got. Go to your engine bay here, and you just take a piece of clear tape and just tape it right here to your air intake. Then you know how many, when your last engine miles was when you change your oil, so you know 5,000 plus this, so 25,000 miles. You know, change again.